In the bottom right. Oops, let's wait for OBS to hook in. Okay, there. In the bottom right, as the Teal Protoss, coming off of a huge upset here in the winners match from the Gosu crew in the Knights of Ren, it's Darkblade.
And up in the top left-hand corner, the yellow Terran player, representing Risen Competitive. It's Eternal. And you gotta think two things here for Eternal, right? You just watched Darkblade upset someone who is massively the underdog against. So you gotta be like, all right, based on those two games, I gotta be scouting a ton, right? Spare no expense on the scouting, but it also has to be a little nerve-wracking. I mean, Darkblade pulled out two different, very explosive strategies. And as Eternal, I feel like you gotta be like, okay, I can't let that happen to me, you know?
Yeah, when you're playing the meta, playing your opponent like that, it can take away the mechanical advantages that your opponent has. You know, it's brains over brawn, really. And Eternal certainly has the brawn to take this game with flying colors, to take this match with flying colors. But if Darkblade can outsmart Eternal in the same way he did versus Illimo in the previous round, I don't know. There's a way this match should go on paper, and then all of a sudden I just feel like anything is possible in this group.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, PvT and PvP are very, very different matchups. I think that Darkblade benefited a little bit from, or more accurately, he capitalized on the volatility of the PvP matchup. I feel like PvP is a little bit less kind of janky in that regard. So as Eternal, I feel like you got to be thinking like, okay, I'm gonna play safe and standard, right? Dot all the I's, cross all the T's, check all the boxes on the scouting, and rely on my mechanics to carry me to victory. But he really needs to make sure that he does not get caught with his pants down against anything a little bit wonky.
Okay, so I think we're gonna see the Stargate drop. Watching the probe. It's a Twilight Council. Wow, my expectations are being subverted all over the place, and Eternal's going for a proxy factory.
What? Okay, crazy plays all around. I do like the Twilight play. I feel like the Twilight First is just a pretty robust opener. You can get that Blink up, and Blink is just such a... the versatility of it in a defensive capacity is, you know, it can't be overstated. And against what I'm going to guess is going to be Proxy Widow Mines. I mean, Blink's really good against that. You can bait the shots out, you can get under Medivacs, you can Blink on mines, right?
Yeah,
in terms of the openings here, I favor Darkblade.
Yeah, this is a great opener from Darkblade. You know, two of his teammates, Sam and the Kyojin, both have this Blink Stalker style of play that they can bring out against Terrans, and I wonder if we're going to see that here. This might be followed up by a Dark Shrine. It's not a 100% bet, but we might see 6 Stalkers in a Dark Shrine from Darkblade. And when you scout Blink, when you scout this Twilight Research... Oh! Which Eternal did not! Eternal did not see it!
He didn't? No, he saw the
No,
Twilight.
he saw it. He barely tapped it. Oh my god, that vision circle
so he
was
sees
so
the Twilight
close.
And the
Okay.
Robo. That's really important. That's really important here for Eternal to scout. Oh, it's gonna be Hellions. It's gonna be a quick Hellion drop actually for Eternal. I like that.
Yeah, but there's gonna be Stalkers on the field to intercept, so I don't know how much damage this is gonna be able to do.
Yeah, he needs to get the Chronos down on that Blink. It will allow his Stalkers to kind of keep up with the boosted Medivac, the Hellions, quick stuff like that. But you're right, like, if he has his units in position, he has the tools at his disposal to kind of handily defend against this. And if he does, with all that tech on the other side of the map, Eternal's going to start sweating a little bit, I'll tell you. I love the wall off with the gateways. Great play here from Darkblade. I love it.
Okay, he needs to get those Stalkers out onto the field, though. Of course, he does have Fog of War, so we have kind of dramatic irony here. Actually, Eternal picks up the starport and repositions it. Okay, he's going to build a Liberator, but he's pretty hugely supply blocked. This Liberator is not finishing anytime soon. Here come the Hellions.
Here come the Hellions.
Darkblade's already moved out.
Oh, no, he lined him up a little bit there. Oh no. Oh, this is absolutely catastrophic levels of damage so far. It looks like 16. Oh, great trap with. Oh, great pickup. But 18 workers and counting. 19. What will the final tally be? It looks like 19 might be it. Yeah, 20 workers. I mean, that's dream damage there for our Terran player. All he's got to do is buck it up at home.
20 workers do go down. However, back at home, there's only about 7 Marines in the main and another 4 in the bunker. If Darkblade goes in for the kill now, he could even things up against Eternal. It's going to be very, very close and very, very hard to do. That is still a possibility.
Yeah, he needs to get into the main via his blink very soon, and then he needs to micro pretty well. He had, like you said, he has the army. He's got enough stalkers to really cause some problems here for Eternal. But he needs to go, and he needs to go now, because from here on out, it's not going to get better for him. Ooh, there's the blink up! There's the blink up! He's got too many stalkers here. These Marines can't take that fight. There's only more Marines and a Marauder on the way. I think he's got too many stalkers, and I think he wins again. GG, I think.
Well, Darkblade does not have economy behind this. He does not have economy whatsoever. He is super all-in. He has to get every bit of damage done that he can. He has to kill all 43 workers and all the tech. That's a tall order, but he's well on his way to doing so.
Yeah, I mean, he's got Blink Stalkers. They are a super high micro potential unit.
Oh, he's fighting in range of the bunker, though. He doesn't have enough firepower to break it, ever. He calls GG.
Oh, no. I almost feel like that's a preemptive GG there from Darkblade. He could have just blinked behind the mineral line. Ooh. And a great strategy selection there from Darkblade. I really feel like he still had a window of opportunity there.
Yeah, that was way premature. If he had blinked back up to the high ground and continued threatening the production, it would have taken Eternal too long to remake the production or to float it to a new location, and I think Darkblade could have overwhelmed. But sadly, he tapped out. People in the chat are saying you're a little low, so I did turn you up about 10%. Let me know, guys in the chat, if that fixed the issue. But Code is saying he can hear you clearly. So, it's unclear.
All right. Well, keep us posted with if our volume level is correct. Looks like Nightshade. It's going to be our second map here.
So, for you guys that don't know about this format, we are following a GSL style format here in the RSL. Meaning, the reason you guys are seeing Eternal and Darkblade play again is they won their respective initial matches. That means they go up to the winner's match. The loser of this goes down to the deciders match. In the meantime, we hop over to the loser's match, which is the loser of the first 2 initial matches facing each other. And the winner of that match will go up to the deciders match to see who our second player is to move on from the round of 32.
Yeah, good point. You know, no matter the outcome of this match, neither of these players are eliminated. This is just to see who takes first in the group. But at the same time, I mean, being able to get out first is a huge, huge, huge sigh of relief. I mean, we know Ilimo and Romain are both going to be battling for the slot to take another shot at getting out of this group, and I mean, that's not a battle I would want to get into.
In the top left, once again, it's the Teal Protoss Darkblade.
And up 1-0 on the verge of 4-0ing his group. It's the Yellow Terran player, Eternal.
Is it, though?
Is it, though? It is.
Eternal has been known to do these, like, 9-day practice sessions. It's really... He has a lot of respect for the game, and it's really incredible, his dedication.
Try hard Eternal is scary Eternal.
We're memeing. Eternal once turned on the game of StarCraft 2 and didn't turn off his computers for over a week.
was just up. It was like, oh my god.
It wasn't too long ago either.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
For 9 days straight. Holy shit. He's gonna be so good. Steals the gas.
Mr. Steal Your Gas.
Huh. You don't see that super often in PvT. Interesting.
You know what? Darkblade did not scout the proxy in the last game, but he saw that there was no factory and no starport in the main of Eternal when he blinked the stalkers in. This could be a meta way of being like, alright, well, you proxy factoried and proxy stargated me last game. Try and do it now. Man, I must, Look, this is a family-friendly stream, okay, fuckers? Alright, that's...
Yeah, at the same time, though, stealing that gas, I mean, the Protoss opening at this point, mineral-wise, it's kind of a little bit tight. So that does cut into how quickly you can get your other buildings up. Looks like everything is now on the way here for a Darkblade. Eternal back at home, playing it very, 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 very safe. Bunker on the high ground, and I mean, he saw the expansion. I don't really know what he's worried about.
It might just be the gas seal, honestly. That might have been it. That might have been all Eternal
but he
needs
saw
to
the
be
expansion.
afraid. Yeah, but his gas was stolen, you know what I mean? It's psychology.
But he saw the expansion!
It's math! Don't try to do math on stream, alright?
It's not bad.
Look, he's gonna get out a tank too. Or a Cyclone, it's unclear.
Yeah, I'm betting it's going to be the Cyclone. Once again, we have the Twilight and Robo follow-up here for Darkblade, and once again, I feel like the opener drastically favors him. I mean, Eternal is playing this almost painfully safe here.
Swarmlord is asking in the chat, isn't Illimo solid mid-masters player and Darkblade is a high diamond? Illimo is a 5k Protoss, and Darkblade is
By the way,
currently...
you know Swarmlord is Steven, right?
Look, I always get Steven and,
At least I'm pretty sure it's Steven.
Then
like
who is
8 out of 10.
who is fourth job Hokage? I always
That was Richard.
confuse that. Richard. I always confuse Steven and Richard because they're both just first names, you know?
Yeah, and they're
Every
both
time.
really good Zergs,
Every
too.
time. Okay.
Alright, looks like this initial Cyclone of Eternal is going to get out on the map and try and get some damage done. Now, there's a Stalker lurking about. If the Cyclone finds it, it should be able to just kind of pick it off, but... Yeah, I mean, this is really good for Darkblade. Look how defensive Eternal's playing. Oh, he's going to go in with the Cyclone. He's going to lock onto the Stalker. Immediately breaks the lock on, and yeah, I mean, he's deflected this. Gonna get a probe for his trouble, but...
Yeah, I feel like that was a little bit of a waste, though, because the Stalker can bully the Cyclone back for a little bit, but... Okay, it's gonna work out anyway. The Stalker will die.
Ooh, if he could lock onto that pylon, that'd be a really annoying pickup for... Looks like that's exactly what he's gonna do. He's gonna start shelling it down. Ooh, actually locked onto the probe there.
Look at all this micro. Eternal is a mechanical god. Look at that. He right-clicks.
And then it died. Don't want to lose the Cyclone. Does lose the Cyclone. Keeps both the Stalkers alive. And that's another big, big play here. If he gets Blink up after picking off that Cyclone, if he's got the War Prism out, we're seeing the Gateway Explosion. I expect to see some heavy Blink aggression. Followed up, it looks like, with DTs.
Yes! This is the build I was talking about, Revolt. Okay, so there's the Blink. There's the Dark Shrine. Darkblade does need some high ground vision here. There's the Observer. He sets it up. And yeah, he's just waiting for his Stalker reinforcements here from the Warp Prism. It's going to be 6 Stalkers to the main. And Eternal is going to struggle with this. His one tank is in the natural. His second tank is a really long way away.
Yeah, there's the Blink up into the main here for Darkblade. He's going to start taking out that add-on. There's a decent amount of bio, and importantly, some Marauders with Stim. That's going to allow him to push this back, but...
That's permanent damage on all that bio, though. Every Stim here is a perma-Stim. Like, there's no medevacs, and there's not going to be any medevacs for a long time. The starport's only halfway done. Darkblade already got the delay.
Picking off that observer is a huge play, though. I mean, having the ability to blink up into the main is such a huge threat, and now Eternal has one less front that he has to be worried about for the time.
Oh no, Swarmlord's saying, funny as my brother's name is Richard. Not the same person as the Richard you...
Oh,
now I'm more
key.
confused. Oh no.
Now I'm more confused as well.
Okay, these are some really good tank shots here from Eternal. But getting the bunker was almost worth it, I think, for Darkblade. Not after those couple tank shots.
Yeah, and he went before charge, too. I think that was a little bit rash there. I mean, slow Zealots against Bio it's rough.
That said, another stim was forced here. Another stim from Eternal.
And now the DTs are gonna... Yeah, they're picking off the reactor to prevent the medevacs from being able to get down. There is an engineering bay. He needs to get a turret up in his natural. He's doing that. Ooh, he does not have a scan available just yet. Now he does. He can scan and kill this DT. He doesn't want to lose the tank. He's gonna lose the tank. Loses the tank. Big pickups.
This is very damaged Bio. There's still a DT wrecking the main of Eternal.
Yeah, and he's getting a reactor, not a singular medevac, which I think is a misplay here. His Bio is so bruised here that these stalkers are just going to be picking units. He's got 2 warp prisms. I'm not sure why he has 2 of them, but I mean, hey, if this one gets caught, which it does, he's still got another, so maybe that's... Oh, Eternal is desperately in need of medevacs here. More Zealots and DTs getting warped in. There's an Archon, and this is an all-in play here for Darkblade. You're trying to kill him. There's no third, there's no forge, all the things that Protoss want for the mid-game. He's going for the throat, and he just might be able to seal a victory here if he gets a good fight.
Darkblade does have enough cash for a third, and that's exactly what he's going to get here. Remember, each one of those scans is costing Eternal a mule as well, so he's actually not doing the healthiest right now. Even though Darkblade stopped getting damage done for now, Eternal is even with the Protoss right now, I think.
I still feel like I think he's got a little bit of an edge. I mean, no forge down yet, I feel like is a big deal. And, I mean, he's got the Archons, but, I mean, Archons are good, but I feel like you want a more reliable form of splash damage in maybe the Disruptors. I think he's relying on a big bust here, but with that tank on siege, you might just be able to...
Okay, Eternal's gonna stim down the ramp, and that's exactly what Darkblade wants him to do. These medevacs are totally out of energy as well, but Darkblade loses one of the Archons.
Oh, he needs to target down those Archons. They're going to do some serious damage. He gets them. 10 SCVs have gone down. He's going to now kite these elves back up into the main where there's another siege tank. And I don't know if Bio's starting to run thin.
Okay, the missile turret goes down in the natural, too. That could mean a DT could close in and deal some damage. A lot of Bio has gone down, but a lot of Darkblade's army has gone down as well. Darkblade has taken the worst of the trades here, with 1,500 more minerals lost. However, Eternal is not much better for the wear, and he is down in workers. Darkblade has begun saturating his third a little bit. I guess he didn't over... Oh, no, he is oversaturated.
I think the moves here for Darkblade is he's way oversaturating the main. Move 8 of those workers to the third base, and try and establish a form of splash damage. If he can get up Disruptors or Storm or Colossus, really anything, and hold his third, I think he's in a great spot. But Eternal's definitely going to start making aggressive plays on the other side of the map. And if Darkblade doesn't get splash damage up, that's going to be a lot harder to deal with.
I mean, he certainly... Oh, this Warp Prism going down would suck for... Oh, Eternal doesn't go for it. Okay, so Eternal loads up these medevacs here, but it's also important to note there's no energy on them. There's no energy for healing. So if Darkblade collapses on this efficiently, the Bio's going to go down pretty fast. And there are enough charge lots and stalkers to take down this Bio when it stims with these medevacs that have no energy. They are a little bit out of position, though. Darkblade didn't put a pylon here at his 4th location to see incoming drops. So this is going to blindside him. 2 warp gates will get unpowered pretty much immediately. And this Bio is going to go in on the probe line.
Ooh, and this is going to get some great damage done. Already almost 10 workers going down. And he's going to go for the Nexus. He shouldn't be able to get the Nexus. He's going to have to back on out of there. But, okay, he gets most of it. The Blink, not going to be able to take that out. And 14 workers. definitely levels things up a little bit economically. Oh, he doesn't want to go back in though. You don't want to go back in there, Eternal. Oh,
Eternal
if paying
is
attention.
dropping in the natural. This is just a distraction here at the 4th base. The real damage is being done at the 2nd nexus of Darkblade. 18 workers have fallen.
Oh my goodness. Now these DTs should prevent the nexus from going down, but still, I mean, Eternal, we know he's a kind of a beakly, and he's really putting on a show here as he's kind of picking Darkblade apart a little bit, but Darkblade still has a solid army that he can kind of consolidate upon.
I think that Eternal was hit with a wave of tilt when Darkblade had him on the back foot. You could see him kind of crumbling there, but I think that tilt turned into anger, and now Eternal has hit his stride again. He's dropping all over the place. This is really Eternal's comfort zone here, so...
Yeah, some Zealots get picked up across the map. That's not the biggest loss, but you definitely want to be keeping those units alive. Storm on the way. And once he gets that up, like, Ghosts are not really close to hitting the field yet, so... I mean, Storm is going to be really, really, really powerful here.
Eternal is going for armor instead of +2 weapons. How do you feel about that, Revolt?
I mean, the attack is generally what you want. I think he's got the armory. I mean, he needs to put whatever he can towards those upgrades ASAP. One of the biggest things he has going for him right now is that upgrade lead. I don't even think we have forges down for... Which, essentially, I mean, you can't overstate the value of upgrades for the Protoss. He's putting a clock on himself here. If he doesn't win with Storm and Eternal's ability to not deal with the Storm, he's going to lose on upgrades if he allows this to get further out of control.
That said, I mean, the Storm definitely has every chance of taking down this Bioforce. It just...
Oh, yeah, dude. Storm is a very good unit.
Yeah, also Macro. If you have those two things going for you, who's going to defeat you?
Macro better and get Storm, I'm sure, very solid Protoss advice. But here comes a big army from Eternal. Mines, a tank, and a lot of bio. He's going to try and stim in here. A lot of this is clumped up. Oh no, if these mines kill every Zealot, and now Eternal just needs to split versus
Eternal doesn't have any anchors here, though, and there's DTs in the mix. I don't think Eternal even notices.
Yeah, there's too much bio here, though. All the High Templar go down, all the Immortals as well. Even if Eternal loses the rest of this army, he's wiped out so many super valuable units here for the Pro.
Did he, though? There's still Storms on the field.
Yeah, there's still Storm on the field. Yeah, I mean, he needs to focus on... Oh, he gets...
It's a trap from Darkblade.
Yeah, he needs to hold this counter, but if he does, I mean, again, +2's on the way. There's no more... Or there's only one more Storm. And if this army goes down, I don't see a path to victory here for Darkblade. There's the scan. Both DTs gonna fall. And he certainly made him work for it. He certainly did, but I really think it's gonna be tough for Darkblade to close this one out now.
There's still Storm here.
Somebody Storm.
Eternal isn't paying attention. A huge Storm goes on the bio. He just sits right in the Storm charge. Let's charge up the ramp. This is going to be more medevac energy gone. Darkblade morphs the High Templar in with a DT into an Archon, saving it from the Widowmine shots. Unfortunately, Eternal stims in, takes out the Archon.
Yeah, now I think he just needs to kite his way to victory. Once +2 attack is done, these Zealots are their paperweights, right? That's exactly what they are. Yeah, I mean, 2 Zealots and a Stalker, or 3 Zealots, a Stalker, and a High Templar are not enough to deal with this. He's gonna get the High Templar picked off.
I think Darkblade tunnel visioned a little bit, trying to engage. He has unlimited gas back home. He needs way more high temps on the field, and he's just not getting them there.
Yeah, the upgrades, man. The upgrades are so important. There's a reason why double forge builds used to be like crazy popular in PvT, and that's because if you get that 2-2 up really quickly, your Zealot Stalker starts trading really well. But when the Terran gets a huge upgrade lead like this, I mean, look at this Zealot. They just die. They just die super fast.
Okay, there are 2 Storms out here. Oh, yeah. Eternal just dives through the Storm. GG.
Well played by Eternal. He's going to take, albeit a dicey one, still a 4-0 of this group.
You know, I gotta say, I don't know what Darkblade has been doing in his life. I don't know if he started eating his Wheaties, #sponsored. or, you know, started using his essential oils. Also hashtag sponsored. But, like, he is playing at his peak today.
Yeah, I mean,
I've
you've got a
never
group
seen
like
this man play like this.
Yeah, I mean, when you've got a group like this, you really need to show up and bring your A game, and he might have come out second best in that series, but it is rankly obvious that Darkblade showed up today to bring the competition, and he's you got to think he's lit a fire under the rest of these guys. They be sweating.
Okay, so Remain has had a lot of time to prep for this. You know, he's gotten to see what oh god, what's his name? Oh no. The disrespect. I feel so bad. Yellow? No.
Ilimo.
Illimo.
Or Remain.
So he's gotten to see Illimo play a little bit. He's got to have some hope. He just saw Darkblade take this guy down. And I don't know.
Do we have a pending party invite?
I believe it's to Illimo.
Ah.
I didn't send it though. Actually, I don't even. Oh, there he is.
Oh, I sent it. Yeah, because he suggested him. Yep. So we just got to get our Protoss player in here, and then we can actually play the game. Oh, there. Oh, no, wait. Where are you, Ilimo? He declined.
So
Let's try it again.
Darkblade was definitely on some kind of adrenaline kick or something. He's now gonna have an intermission between, you know, the winner's match and the decider's match.